Yeah.
Oh,
We've got a project that we're sort of a side project that we're doing at the moment called Audiology,
Pick up
and
the phone.
the idea is basically to build Spotify within Dreams so that people can. So when you're looking for music for your game, instead of you going onto the Dreams menus, which I think is quite clunky if you're looking for music, you can go into this Dream and it'll have 90% of all the music that's in Dreams into this one Dream, and you can browse them as you go through. So instead of listening to sort of 4-second bits of tracks, you can listen to entire tracks, and you can skip through the tracks. You can change to
How
artists and
how are
all of
you
that
planning
stuff.
to do that?
So the early iteration of it was Dreamify, which was
Yeah,
a colossal failure.
I clicked on that earlier, and it was like it was music that was a bit loud over the top of it,
Yeah.
so I turned it off.
Well, it was a colossal failure because again, like you said, I didn't realise how thermo heavy music was. And when I looked at how I'd planned it just totally fell apart. But with the audiology that we're building, we're gonna have artists, or we're gonna have as many artists as we can in there, and that will link to Dreams into their audio tracks, and it'll probably. I think the limit at the moment is around about 1,000 scenes you can put in if you include Dreams. So it will probably more than likely take up all of that space. But the majority of the planning, the majority of the Dream itself will just be planning and connecting wires, really, more than anything else, and managing thermo.
it'd be nice if you could link dreams, maybe in a similar way you can link scenes within a dream.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
could potentially have a different genre per dream.
Yeah, so I've added you as a collaborator on that audiology. There's not really a lot to see other than the aesthetic of what it looks like, but the idea is to make it as simplified and cut back as possible.
Is it on
To
here?
make it as it's not on there. No, I've
Okay.
added you as a collaborator. But the idea is to make it as simple as cut back as possible, so that it can have as much functionality as we can get into it.
Okay.
And that's really the idea of it, because I love listening to everyone's music on Dreams. But what I hate is having to click into each individual one,
Yeah,
and then
I
click
find
out
that.
of it, and then click into another one, and click out of it. And once you've
You don't
listened to,
get
yeah,
a
I
proper
can't play it.
sense of it.
can you not?
No. I've
Ah,
I've accepted the collab, but because
right.
all your scenes are private, you've
Yeah.
this is how it works, which makes
Yeah.
no sense at all. If you put somebody into collab to a dream, but they're not collabing on each of the scenes in that dream, they can't open the dream.
Yeah, it's bonkers.
So I still can't see it, unfortunately. But you can take my name off that. But it's really right. I'm not saying it's not a great idea. It's a fantastic idea, but that's a lifetime's work. That is.
Yeah.
I don't see how you're
But,
going to have time to do that and make other things.
well, the beauty of it is that every scene is almost identical to the original scene. So for every the dream of the dream, really, what I would like to eventually get to is that every creator or every artist collaborates on their own dream, their own page. So, for example, OMG, Adrian, or whoever it might be, they have access to change that element, as long as they don't change the logic, it's fine. And they can then go in there and insert new music, or they can take old music out, or whatever they want to do. So the updating process of it can be taken care of by the creators themselves. I am
Right.
under no illusion. I don't think that will happen, because a lot of people won't bother with it.
Yeah.
But just the idea of having something functional like that in this, it might not be all of the music, but a good chunk of the music would be nice. And also, one of the biggest functions on there I want is to highlight music that probably doesn't get listened to a lot, but is really, really good. So there's sort of a top 10 and a creator's top 10 or a weekly top 10 that we'll put in there as well. So it might not be 1,000 scenes long. That's the goal. But the mechanics behind it, aren't that difficult. It's literally pulling in a track, putting it in, wiring it up, and then it's done. And that's as simple as it is to make it. But like I said, it's stringing everything together that's probably the most complicated part of it.
Yeah, yeah. That's a big project, really is.
Yeah.
It is. But it's. I'm sure there are lots of musicians in Dreams out there that are thinking, "Yeah, I'd be part of that. I'd like to have a page on that."
Yeah.
I think it's got good feedback from these creators.
Yeah, it's got really good feedback from a lot of creators as well. Also, the one that we wanted to put in there as well is a weekly top 10. So the idea is to build almost a customized scoreboard so that people can press a button and vote on a track, and then that goes through to the scoreboard. Then at the end of every week, I can have a look at the scoreboard and see which track got the highest score, or how many times that track got voted, and then I can put that into a weekly top 10. It sounds too complicated, I know.
You don't want to use the thumbs up that's already built into Dreams to do that.
No, because I want people to be able to vote on the people's individual tracks as opposed to the dream or the scene.
Right.
To highlight it. I know I'm going a crazy way around doing something, but
Wow.
I don't know.
Maybe you could sort of link it into the scoreboard somehow.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, into the scoreboard. Yeah.
Wow. There we are. I mean, as somebody who does a weekly chart every week, and knowing how much work that is, good luck.
Yeah. To be honest, actually, the biggest worry I've got with that project, because I don't think the audio is properly functional on Dreams at the moment, but I think the biggest problem we'll have with that project is that Media Molecule will do something similar for the music aspect of it, which will deem what we're doing redundant, and that's the worry I've got with it, really.
But we don't. There's nothing on the Trello board to suggest that they are, though.
No, there's not.
So, on that basis, you've got a good 6 months, I would say, where nothing is happening.
Yeah.
And as soon as you see it come onto the Trello board as a future project, then you can worry about it. But I don't see anything at the moment.
Yeah.
This is why playing music out of Dreams is a thing. I mean, how do you feel about the copyright situation in Dreams? Does it worry you at all?
It doesn't worry me at all, actually. It's the same as, for me, it's the same as the Mario clones and stuff like that. The way I see it is that a lot of people learn to use these tools by creating something that they're familiar with. Now, if they're making these things and they're making money from it, then I understand that that's copyright theft to a certain degree. But I mean, it's going to happen. I think people use it to get to grips with it, and people are going to abuse it at some stage.
I think they use it as something they love. If they love something a lot, then some people make fan art.
Yeah.
Fan art.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, it doesn't. I don't think it should be an issue until people can make monetary gain from it, and I can't see that happening for a long time yet.
See, Nintendo don't see it that way.
No, Nintendo definitely don't. But Nintendo have got a problem with even the lightest mention of Nintendo in a lot of YouTube issues and things like that as well. They're quite protective of their stuff. But I would suggest that the reason you're protective over your stuff is that you're worried that these creators can do just as good, if not a better job than you've already done.
Yeah.
So it's healthy competition in my eyes. Obviously, they're using their name and the character, but if you're that good at making a Mario which is almost bang on to that, don't make Mario. Make a different character that moves the same as Mario and does the jump the same as Mario. Change the character. That's my.
So
you're good at creating.
You wouldn't be making any fan stuff.
Probably not.
No, I that's what I started trying to make initially because that was what I liked and that was what I was familiar with. And then once I moved away from it, but it's the same as using people's assets and dreams, really, because everyone shares everybody else's assets. And I think if we go too far down the road where we say, oh well, that was someone else's and that was someone else's, obviously you need to give credit to the original creator, which we always do in all of our stuff. But I don't know, you're going down a dodgy road when you start saying if you're using my stuff, then I can ban you or do anything else like that. Especially when it's fan content essentially.
Yeah.
Well, I saw a stream not long ago, and it was from one of the developers at Naughty Dog, I think. I think it's Naughty Dog. Who did Ratchet and Clank?
No, it wasn't Naughty Dog. It was, I can't remember who it is now off the top of my head.
But anyway, so some people have recreated a Ratchet and Clank character in Dreams, and this developer from Ratchet and Clank decided to use those assets and make a sort of game of his own and talk about it on stream, which I think was really cool. You know, so they weren't sort of having a go at the guy for making stuff in Dreams for Ratchet and Clank. They were sort of honouring it, if you like, you know.
Yeah, no, you do realise that he's totally ruined his own copyright now.
Yeah.
He has completely by using those assets and going, this is cool, and you know, and using the music as well. He's totally infringed the whole thing. He's got no legal standing whatsoever now.
But I think that's the healthy way to look at. I think that's the healthy way to look at things, because it's like when Ghost of Tsushima come out, and I don't know who it was in Dreams that created the Ghost of Tsushima sort of artwork. The Ghost of Tsushima people posted it, and the Dreams, the Media Molecule people were posting it. It was the same when Last of Us 2 came out. There was loads of fan art that came out for Last of Us 2, and they were loving it. They were loving the fact that, because at the very least you're giving a game some more publicity, really, aren't you? And also you're giving your own game publicity through Media Molecules. So I don't see a problem with fan art.
Does it help if they're PlayStation exclusives?
Probably yes. Yeah.
It certainly doesn't hurt. I don't see Nintendo going, oh, lovely, Zelda, fantastic. Let's just promote that. No, I know. It's interesting. I mean, in Project Spark, somebody remade the opening 10 minutes of Fable, and the people that made Fable got an Xbox, and they signed it and sent it to him. So he had this unique.
That's awesome.
Right, they get this unique Fable thing with all their signatures and stuff on it, because they thought it was the most amazing thing they'd ever seen. It's like, well, that's cool. Nice, you know. You want that, and I think the independent software houses, it's good publicity for their games, because people see it in Dreams, and then they go out and go, oh, I saw that game in Dreams, I'll buy that.
Yeah.
Play the real thing.
I think people are more conscious now as well from the people that they're buying their games from, or the developers they're playing their games from as well. And you want to be able to see that these people have got a human side, and they can see that actually what you're doing is a tribute to your creation. It's not stealing your stuff. It's a tribute to your creation. No one's going to spend 3 hours in Dreams creating a Ghost of Tsushima art piece if they didn't absolutely love playing Ghost of Tsushima. Like, what's the point in that? So I see it as a tribute. I think it's really healthy to approach stuff like that and say, wow, someone's taken the time out of their day to create this amazing thing, which is based on a thing that we made. I think it's a great idea. Yeah.
Talking about things that people have made that have been stolen, this is my music. No. It's fantastic when people use my music. I get all excited. I really love it. It's like, oh, it's my music. And they quite often do things to it as well. They'll slow it down, or they'll put extra bits in, and it's like, ooh, I love it. I really like it when people use my stuff. So I've got no trouble with it. And you said early on you had no trouble with people using your assets. Would you make an asset kit? Is that something you'd be interested in doing?
I'm making one at the moment.
Aha!
Yeah, so we've got another kind of side project that we wanted to incorporate into VR a little bit. I haven't really touched it, but it's kind of like space station survival So at the moment, I'm making an asset kit for a space station, you know, spacesuit, gloves, that all of that sort of stuff that we're trying to do. And yeah, that'll be available to everybody.
Fantastic.
I've done a small one with the Wild West kit in this collection.
And do you look to see if people are using it? Do you look and see?
Yeah, I quite often see. I get notifications saying, "Oh, your saloon's been used in such and such creation," and I'll always go and have a play, you know, see what they've done with it. And sometimes I certain things that people have used of mine, I play the level and I can't seem to find it, which is, I don't know.
I get that a lot. Yeah. There was a bug early on. I don't know whether they've sorted it out, where things were, your name and your prop would be actually in the scene and not in the credits as well. It's like, that's not right. So it would turn up in my genealogy, but not on theirs, which didn't seem right.
Right.
I think it's flattering when people use your stuff. Massively flattering. I put out a rocket pack that I did, like a steampunk jetpack thing, and every time somebody uses that, I'm absolutely chuffed to bits, and I'll always go and have a look at what they're doing with it. Always.
Mm-hmm.
This is interesting. This is Reverse Kaboom. I don't know if you're familiar with the game Kaboom.
No, I don't know.
Where in that game you're carrying the bucket.
Yeah. Gardaloo, I like Gardaloo.
This was sort of like an idea from my daughter. We were trying to think of something to enter for the jam, which I think at the time was fantasy something. Anyway, we came up with this game idea where you have to dodge the buckets of wee. And then I thought afterwards, this should be fantasy. So I was like, oh no, what am I going to do? So I added sort of a dragon-esque feel to it.
Was it the magic and mystery one?
It might have been, yeah, it might have been. Or medieval fantasy.
Medieval fantasy one.
Fantasy. Yeah, so it didn't have the dragon in before, until I sort of shoehorned it in.
Well...
I think it fits the aesthetic.
Yeah.
Kids don't half come up with things. So I want a game where you throw poo. I want a game where you're dropping wee out of buckets. Yeah. They're very strange children, aren't they? Strange.
But it's just, I thought, well, this one is sort of historically correct. We did some googling and.
Oh yes,
Scotland.
Absolutely. Yes, they would throw urine out the window and yell "Gardaloo." Yeah, definitely. Oh, I'm doing ever so well here. This is.
Yeah, you're doing really well.
Yeah. There we are. Obviously, I know how to avoid the crap. There we are.
Yeah.
Has the dragon come out yet, though?
Yes. And I jumped over the fireball. It was all good. Yes.
Oh, good.
Oh no, I'm going to die any minute now, though. Oh, the dragon just flew over. Anyway, I could be doing this. Oh, yeah, I died on purpose. Because there are other things we need to see.
Cool.
All right. You making things separately as well as a team, or are you just making things as a team now?
No, we do. We sort of have our own little side projects that we work on occasionally. I think when we, if we're working on one thing for a long period of time, can sometimes get a bit monotonous. So I think we sort of sometimes shoot off and do our own thing, and then we'll come back to it. You know.
Sometimes the most creative thing you can do, I think, is to have a break from a project and recharge your batteries. For sure.
I found the kit that we mentioned earlier, the Wild West kit.
Mm-hmm.
So there we are. That's ideal for background if you're making a Western style thing.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to do it in a way so that it could be sort of like 4 buildings in one.
Yeah, ideal.
So just turn it around for whatever you want.
Yep, definitely.
Frank's always telling me to whenever I make scenery is to make it as a cube, but I always go off the reservation with a lot of my stuff.
Yeah. It's not that easy to make these things that you utilitarian from all directions, though. That's the thing.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
It's not that easy, and keep the thermo down, and not have stray paint going where you don't want it. It's hard.
I've seen some of your artwork actually. Your artwork's really good, really, really good. That you've done on there, your paintings and stuff. No, Lex's.
Mine?
Yeah.
Thank you. I don't paint anywhere else. just in dreams. That's it.
I assume you use the Move controllers when you do your stuff.
No, I don't have.
No,
any
you don't.
control.
Oh,
No,
blimey.
that's a DS4.
Yeah.
All of it's
I use
done.
I use the Move for the paints. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any Move controllers. They're expensive things.
They are.
Yeah.
They're far too expensive for what they are.
I like the poster. The poster's cool. Why haven't I seen that more in other things?
I don't know. That was done with moves.
That's paint, isn't it?
It is on a sculpt, but yeah, it's paint.
It's paint, yeah. This is where people they go, I don't know how you're doing that. It's because I don't use paint. That's how I do it. I use spray paint. It's a different technique entirely, and you don't get that
Oh yeah.
floating slightly off the page effect, because you're painting actually on the
Yeah.
on it. But then it's very soft.
Yeah,
It's
you
really
can make
hard.
more gradients and things. Easier
Yeah.
gradients, I think.
You get more detail with the paint strokes. So I should try and do more with a combination of both, really, so that I get the best of both worlds, really. But once you learn the technique, you get stuck with it, don't you?
Yeah, you do get set in your ways, sort of thing.
So do you have specialisms, the two of you? Would you say one of you is the sculptor and one of you is the logic, or one of the music and one is...
Frank's the sculptor, the logic, the artist. I'm
And
the
you just
crazy
look at it and
ideas
go,
man.
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. I'm the. Can
my
you
name
change
on
that to make it do that?
It's like, Frank, that's amazing. That's just amazing. Put my name on that immediately.
Yeah.
No, I think your rocket character was really good, and your
Animations and stuff. Yeah.
yeah, I think your animation's really good on that.
Well, there you are, you see. Now, you didn't know that you thought your animations were good. Now it's all coming out.
Yeah. The truth, finally.
I know. I think a while ago I was asking you. I was sort of asking you about animations, wasn't I?
Yeah. The thing is when I went off the boil with Dreams really early, life was just busy, and Frank, you probably got about a 6-month head start on me, didn't you? Really.
Yeah.
But all of my sort of skills in Dreams are starting to come up close to your level now. So there's a lot of stuff that I can do, that Frank can do, and we can just work on the different bits and just meld it together, which is quite nice.
Well, this game here is one of the one button entries.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really good game jam.
Yes, yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
There was a lot of innovation in that.
There was. It was very good.
Wakey, wakey, 247913. Your shift is about to begin.
Whose voice is that?
Please.
Mine.
It's very good.
Oh, thanks. There was supposed to be some more lines, I think, someone there.
Yeah, we ran out of time. Yeah, we ran out of time.
He's very cute. Look at that. Simple, easy, but very effective. This is what you want.
Little Spud Man, yeah.
It says try to be patient.
Simple character, that was my deciding. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but it's effective.
Look
I like
at these, they're fantastic. I just love the way it animates across the wall. I thought, when I saw that, I thought, oh, brilliant. What a clever idea that is. Look at that.
Oh, the text animations across the wall.
Yeah.
They were labour intensive.
So they're text gadgets, are they?
Yeah, they're all text gadgets, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, all on the timer.
Always remember.
Wow.
I couldn't find anything to. I wanted to do screens with videos presented on the screens, and I was looking at all different ways of doing it, and the only way I could think of to actually make it look like it's sort of a projection or a screen was to use text gadgets, and it seemed to work. It seemed to work pretty well.
You didn't think to use the paint?
Great.
No, because I'm not very good with the paint, and I wanted it. I wouldn't have been able to do as good a job with the paint.
Oh, okay.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's very effective. It works really well. There we are. Text gadgets, the best gadget in Dreams. The text gadget.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
So diverse.
Yeah. There we go. So who did what in this game then? So you decided you were going to do this game, Jam.
Sam did a lot. I did some of the camera work, and I think I remodeled the main console at the end. But this is
the voice as well.
The voice, yeah. But a lot of this is Sam. Sam sort of came up with the idea, designed it.
See, now I played this before.
Mm-hmm.
You don't make it easy to be a good person.
No,
it's not.
It's not easy to be a good person. I was gonna make it harder, but Frank persuaded me not to make it harder. So yeah, but the idea was to have two endings, and I feel like most people who play it don't watch to the end to see that there was two endings. But yeah, I've had some interesting comments on this one.
See, as a game, to be frank, or to be not frank, is like, oh, it's broken.
Yeah.
I'm pressing this and nothing is happening. Hang on, what happened there? It's broken. It doesn't work properly.
Yeah, no, you're right. It needs a bit more.
Well, no, that's exactly how I wanted people to see it, because I wanted people to get frustrated and go to hate. Because that's the idea. Like, you've got to have because over the voiceover it says, remember, you need to have patience and all of the things, which are hinting at the fact that, have a bit of patience. Go for the one that you should choose. Yeah, and and ironically, most people go for hate. Yeah, I know.
You've just played 5 or 6 awful things that you've just skipped through really, really quickly, and you get to this. And you're like, oh, for God's sake, if that's what I've got to do, then I'm doing it. There we go. That's what it wants.
Yeah. Like, the one thing that did concern me was that there was a lot more thought put over the love aspect of the ending than the hate one, and I was just a little bit worried that no one would ever see the love one. And they've just rushed through the hate one and see the hate one, but, I mean, it is what it is.
I've never seen the love one, sorry.
Have you not? Oh, no.
No, I've got no patience whatsoever. No.
Well, I think someone else actually streamed this, didn't they? I can't remember.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
But at the end of it, they was like, "What did I just play? What did I just see?"
Yeah. It was like, "Oh my God, this is absolutely grim."
Yeah.
It was like, yeah. If you choose hate, the outcome is going to be grim. But if you choose love, the outcome's great.
Yeah.
But Frank done the splash on around the grinder, which I was well impressed with.
I thought I needed that. They're going to be squished,
Always have a choice.
So is this Soylent Green?
Hate.
Yeah, kind of. It's in the main room there's smokestacks above it, and the idea was that every time you press the hate button, the green smoke would come out the smokestacks, and the smoke's obviously coming from the churned up spuds. But we didn't get a chance to put that green smoke in, so we was hoping that the implication would be enough for that bit. And yeah, you get the planet and the green around it, and then it says you chose hate, and then we've got the credits, which I quite like.
Yeah.
So for every creator that we've included something in it, we've got them listed as well.
I like the little message at the end as well.
Yeah.
It's just very deep. It's very, very deep.
And you know where that quote comes from, don't you?
No.
It comes from Vanilla Sky.
Oh, does it?
Oh, right.
Yeah. So
Favourite moves, eh?
yeah, at the very end of Vanilla Sky, they say every passing minute is a chance to turn it all around. And then you've got the loved one, which is cool too.
Oh, which I'm never going to see because I have no patience whatsoever.
Right, if you spam, you can get it really quick. Basically, what's happening is that the every time you press the hate button, it counts it as 1. Every time you press the love button, you've got to press it 10 times to count as 1. So if you spam it really, really fast, you get to 10 pretty quick. So yeah, and that's how the mechanics of it work.
There you are. Yeah. There is, everybody, you have now, the secret has been revealed.
Yeah, the inner workings.
Right. Okay, so we've been talking for an hour and a half already.
Oh.
So it's amazing, isn't it, how quickly it goes past?
Yeah.
So let's see, what else have I got here? What would you like to see added to Dreams?
Multiplayer.
Right.
Yeah. I've had a lot of thought about this actually, and I think multiplayer is probably the one. I think giving people a greater chance to collaborate, multiplayer and increased thermo, I think are the two that I would really like to see.
Yeah, extra thermo would be really good. Well, I'll tell you something that would be good, and I've heard a few people mention it. Is reflections. Like I know you can make a sculpt like shiny and reflective, but it doesn't reflect exactly. You know, it's shiny, but it's not. It's sort of foggy, you know. And I don't know if that's even possible in Dreams, but I think it'd be really cool if you could.
Or transparency, something that you can make transparent a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Now, I don't understand why we can't have transparent objects. Because we have transparent objects in create mode, so
yeah.
And you make paint. You can make paint transparent, can't you? Or,
yeah.
You know.
So why can't we make objects transparent? It doesn't make any sense to me.
There's probably a really deep, sort of complicated reason why.
Well, they haven't programmed it in.
Yeah.
That's it, I think, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
So looking at this game, are you a big fan of choose your own adventure type things?
I do like them. Yeah, I sort of threw this together in a night or maybe 2 nights. Literally just messing around. I think it was when we first started talking about
the tower.
About the tower and how we were gonna sort of do it. So I sort of started messing around with a multi-choice sort of game. I just threw that in real quick with like text displays and things.
Yeah. It worked as a kind of demo to see how we wanted the tower to work, I think. Yeah.
What about the feeds? Would you change those at all? The way people display their creations, the way people can find your stuff?
I don't know. I think it would be nice if. I think, to be honest, the whole menu system could do with a revamp, and all of that really. But I think the stuff that people would really take and run away with is things like transparency and multiplayer and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of the menu locating systems or anything else like that in there really.
I think some of the menu things with respect to like when you see the most popular ones and things like that, you kind of, I don't know if you just see them too often. It'd be nice.
Yeah.
If, after a while, maybe they got pushed to the bottom of the pile a bit, or just give other people a chance. Sort of maybe up and coming Dreams, or because I think sometimes other people's stuff gets bogged down with all the good stuff, and the good stuff's great. Don't get me wrong, but
well,
it's not hard to find the good stuff, though, is it?
No,
that's the thing.
It's a definite advantage to have an MM pick or a game in the play. I could never remember the name of the damn thing. Play thing. What's it called? Pick up and play.
Oh,
that's it.
Yeah, there is definitely advantage in how many people see and play your game if they are here or here. There definitely is. I think trending was supposed to offer us what's currently trendy and up and coming type of thing, but everybody keeps telling me they don't look at trending anymore because it's all memes. So it's like if what is popular is these memes and stuff, then you can't say, oh, don't show them. I mean, if that's what people are playing, that's what people are playing,
Maybe they should have to split into categories, maybe memes, adventure games.
Yes, I would like to see that. That would be very good, I think, if there was more division of types of games. And I'm starting to make collections of games that are very specific styles of games, so that I've got them in one place, so I know where they are. Because it is difficult, and because I don't think the search facilities are, I don't think they're geared up for you to find anything really.
No, they can definitely be improved. I think the search facilities at the moment are open to people using the function to get stuff in there, but a lot of the time you'll find stuff that almost has no relevance, or you'll click into it and there's nothing there and things like that. I don't know. I think breaking it down a little bit, like you said, a little bit, the version of category would definitely help.
Yeah, I mean, you're supposed to be able to do it by going filtering in here and looking at tags and things, but people don't tag very well.
No.
I know it's difficult to find anything really.
Oh, sorry, Lex.
So it's all right, and also people don't put things in Dreams when they should, so they're not here at all.
Yeah, I'm guilty for that.
This is a problem that I found when I've been making the audiology stuff, is that when I'm looking for music and I'm looking for a diverse range of music, but regardless of what I'm tagging and putting in there, I'm always seeing the same creators, and the only time I'm ever seeing anything different really is when I'm on Twitter, or if I'm just browsing something completely random and I stumble across it. And I find that as an issue as well. So yeah, the menu definitely needs to be revamped, I think.
It's in my collections, right? I'm assuming. Yeah. So I get sent music all the time, and if I like it, it goes in either the tracks one. I tried to divide it up into types of music, though it's not that easy to do. Some stuff is like, where do I put that? And then I've got one for videos. So I kept them separate. I can't find it. It's here somewhere. There, that's the current one. There we go. So, yes, you do get the same people, a lot of the same people, because there aren't that many musicians that just do music, to be honest. So
I tend to I find though every week or so I'll stumble across something, and then I'll go into their sort of page, their collections, and I'll find that they've done quite a bit of music.
Yeah.
But their music has got sort of 5, 7, or 10 likes, and I go into it and I think this is fantastic. Why I just don't. It boggles me as to why they don't have so many likes. And I think that's where a lot of stuff gets sort of lost a little bit. I think it's really important for their stuff to be appreciated, because although you don't necessarily create stuff for the likes, the likes and the appreciation definitely drive you to sort of improve your output or increase your output of that good stuff. But that's a lot of the idea behind audiology, really.
I mean, does it bother you if I'll just go back to that list, that you spend a lot of time making something and then nobody plays it?
Yes.
It does bother you.
Yes, it does. Yeah,
it's a bit downhearted. Yeah, I think. I mean, I get enjoyment for just creating stuff anyway, but and it's definitely more of a boost if more people play it. But
I mean, you've got two. Right, so you've got two live stream plugs between you.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, Spider's Lair.
That was something that came. That's something I did during
Beta.
alpha or
Yeah.
beta even. So
Yeah, get it right, Frank.
there was one thing that bugged me a little bit about when they showed it, and they only showed it for, I don't know, they didn't show the whole thing, basically. It got to the first scene where you see the spider, and then they turned it off, and then went on to the next thing, which is a bit annoying, but it got somewhere anyway, so I was happy about that.
Think yourself lucky. There are people that have been picked for the stream. They're in the collection. They can see it every time they go back to it, and they missed them.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I cannot imagine how awful that must be, sitting there watching the stream, seeing your creation there, and just waiting for them to click on it, and then they never did it. That's happened a couple of times. I feel for them. I'm sat there going, no, don't do that. They go, is that it? And I'm going, no, that's not it.
Yeah. But see, this is as far as they got, and then they didn't.
Yeah. I think there's definitely a disadvantage for people that are adopting Dreams after the beta period, because you're not just competing on a level playing field. Then you're competing with people who are quite established. So it's already quite saturated by a lot of really, really good creators. So you're almost on an uphill battle. So I do feel for people coming into it late and then trying to get found. But I guess if your stuff's really good, it will get found eventually, I'm guessing. But
I mean, looking at the numbers, I mean, you're not in the top 500,000 creations with these sort of numbers. So is it? Do you feel like you don't market yourself, or
I think that's a part of it. I think the ones with a lot of likes I've seen on Twitter more and YouTube.
Would you be interested in doing that though? Making more?
Yeah, well, kind of. I've for some reason, and I don't know if it's my internet provider or if there's just something wrong with my PlayStation, but I can't seem to upload anything from my PlayStation directly to Twitter. If I wanted to upload a picture, it would say cannot upload. Was an error, you know.
Maybe your setup between PlayStation and Twitter's not quite right.
Yeah, I think so, but I've definitely done it before.
Oh.
Yeah, we've got like a Studio Magneto and a Studio Cadillac Twitter thing now, so like we can share stuff on there, and we've definitely had more views of our stuff as a result of posting our stuff on Twitter and following more people and more people following us.
Yeah.
I guess it's how much time do you put into getting people to follow you, isn't it? I guess I definitely noticed. I spoke to Hyman Trouble about this, and she basically said, look, you go play loads of Dreams, follow people you like, always like the new stuff that they're having if you think it's good, and always go through your notifications. And since I've done that, we've definitely seen an uptake in sort of likes and people looking at our stuff.
Yeah, definitely followers.
But it's definitely a full-time job doing that as well, I think.
Well, I can recommend people send things to me. I will play all of it. I might play it for 2 seconds, but I will play it. Depending on what it is, of course. But I don't know. There are a few things that I've played that have gone on to be really popular, and I don't know whether it's because I put them on my channel and a few people saw it and it gained some sort of momentum. But it's worth a try, you know.
Yeah.
But as a YouTube creator, what do you think I can do? I mean, should I have some sort of showcase thing for people? I don't quite know how to help the community get their stuff out there to people.
I think there's a couple of YouTube creators that do something where they'll just like you said, send me your stuff and I'll play it. And I think that's all you can really do, if I'm honest. And then if you see something you really like, then you play it longer, and if it's not something you like, you don't play it for as long. But I don't think you've got any responsibility to the community to sort of drag up their likes and things. I think if people see something and they like it, then they'll want to go and play it. I think it's as simple as that, really.
It is,
but
yeah.
the struggle is finding it. So if people can send you stuff and you can then highlight that stuff on your streams, then as far as showing people what's available, I think that's really the only thing you can do. Because ultimately, you need your viewers and other people to find it. The hardest thing is finding the stuff, I think.
It is.
Yeah.
It's incredibly hard. What's this? This is a
and
face.
standing out. Yeah.
This is kind of there was another sort of project we semi-started called Eliza, which is a sort of a horror horror puzzle game, and we were trying to. It was basically the main character was a young girl, wasn't it? Sort of a 10-year-old girl, 8 to 10-year-old girl, and we couldn't hunt to. I think this is what sort of put us off it. Neither of us seemed to be able to create a type of character that looked good and fitted well within the game. And I think I put my feelers out a bit for someone to help, maybe do something, but we didn't get anything back.
It's a good face.
Yeah.
I don't know who created it, but it's very good.
Yeah, it was that's a project we're gonna look at another time, I think. But again, I've got this because I like to write. I like to write music and I like to write stories and stuff like that. That's what I quite like doing. And I've got the whole Eliza story written down. I've got the whole adventure. It's just finding the time to do it, really.
Well, so between trying to think of your next project, working on the project that you've already got going, plus thinking about marketing it to people as well, it's it becomes a bit of a job. How do you feel Dreams is for you? Is it just a hobby? Is it more than that? What is it?
At the moment, for me, it's a hobby, but I would like it to be more.
Yeah,
but it's having the time.
I feel the same. I'd love to do something like this for a lot longer than what I do. I mean, we looked at Unity and we looked at the Unreal stuff, the Unreal Engine, and those tools. And I think eventually that'd probably be something we'd look at and move on to. But I mean, yeah, it's a hobby at the moment. It's something I just love to do, and it's one of those things that it can be as stressful as non-stressful as you want it to be, because I'll sit down and I'll think, right, we really need to do this thing on the project. If I don't feel like it, I'll just go and make an asset for the project and just sit there and mess around with it, or I'll make a little bit of music, or I'll do something else, or do something fun, and then that kind of ties me back into it. But if I don't want to do any of those things, I'll go and play through the jam. I find it's good on all aspects, isn't it? Yeah, I honestly think that Dreams is the biggest revolution to gaming we've ever had, and I think that it's so badly marketed, so hugely badly marketed. But that's us saying it when we're not very good at marketing us. But it's so badly marketed that there should be more people using it. There should be people selling their Xboxes and buying PlayStations just to get their hands on this. And I find it crazy that people aren't doing that.
I tell you what, it's you're not the first person to say it. A lot of people have said it. I've said it. It's exactly the same that Project Spark did. They released the game and didn't do any marketing, and it's a particular marketing tactic apparently. I don't think it works. I think you need to get it out there and get it out there and get it out there. And I thought they were starting to do that, and then maybe coronavirus has put pay to any sort of marketing opportunities that would have been out there. I don't know. I mean, it's very difficult to say what they would have done in normal circumstances. So,
sorry, I was just going to say from a certain point, they've been at a lot of expos and things, which I think has introduced a lot of people to it.
Yeah, I'm amazed. I'm amazed that Sony themselves haven't really picked up the marketing, unless this is kind of a beta test for PlayStation 5, and it comes out on PlayStation 5 preloaded. It has a larger thermo. We have a lot more gadgets. It's more chiseled and it works a lot better, and that's what happens.
How quickly would you buy a PlayStation 5 if it had higher thermo Dreams on it?
Well, I'm going to get one on launch day anyway if
Oh,
I
there
can.
you are.
But I mean, absolutely. I don't need anything additional to sell me on it. But if that was there, then I would be chomping at the bit to get hold of it. But it's getting other people to realise, because when we've seen the PlayStation 5 promo and all the stuff that Sony's done, it just blows my mind that they're not using this tool to sell their console. Because I've got people who I know that play PC, and they're moaning and moaning and moaning that they don't have access to Dreams. Oh, why is it just the PlayStation? PlayStation players aren't interested in this. It's like, no, PlayStation players are doing amazing things with this. But they're moaning that it's not available on PC. And these are people that use all the PC tools, and they want Dreams. And I'm saying, I don't think you should get Dreams. I think you should buy a PlayStation 5 and get your Dreams. But why? I just don't understand why they're not screaming it from the rafters about how good it is. I don't know. Maybe they want to keep their community wholesome, because MM are quite wholesome. Maybe the more access you add to it, the more the more of a cesspit. Yeah, more of a cesspit it creates. I don't know, but
is the community making enough fuss? Are we being loud enough? Are we trying to keep it to ourselves? Like, this is my secret.
I'd tell everyone about it.
I do too.
And do they glaze over? Because that's what happens when I talk to people about it.
When I talk to people, my brother likes to play. He used to like creating and doing all these sorts of things. And when I talk to him about it, I think people think, oh, that sounds way too complicated. I'm happy just playing my games. And two, it's hard to describe what Dreams actually is, because it's not a game creation tool. It is that, but it's also a music creation tool. It's also an endless supply of games all in one. It's also a way to animate. You can make movies. You can do animation. Like it's endless what you can do with it, really. How do you explain that to people in short enough words that they're not going to sort of blank out and not listen to you anymore? I don't know.
All right, it's a way to make anything on a PlayStation that you can make and play. Anything you can play on a PlayStation, you can now make.
Yeah.
Anything you can see on a PlayStation, you can make in Dreams.
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah. I think the biggest thing that will shoot Dreams into popularity is when the big YouTubers start playing it. And there was YouTubers like PewDiePie played it, and he
Twice.
had millions of viewers on it.
As well.
Yeah, and Layman Gaming and those sorts of people. But just playing it once is not enough, because the whole Dreams, the idea of Dreams is that it evolves. So they need to keep going back to it.
I think you made an interesting point there. They play it. I think if maybe some of them would create in it.
Yeah.
Maybe that would give it a bit more traction.
I was really disappointed because I subscribed to Jazza, who is an artist, and he played Dreams and got really quite excited, I thought, about it. He was really into it, and I thought, fantastic. I'd be really interested to see what you make in Dreams, because he makes miniatures and he does cartoon drawings and things like that, and I thought, yeah, this would be really interesting. He never came back.
Oh.
He said to his community, make things in Dreams, tag it with Jazza, and I'll see what you made. But he hasn't come back to it, and it's been a few months now. So I was disappointed, because it's like, it would be interesting to see one of these bigger streamers and these bigger YouTubers actually create in Dreams that are not Dreams community people doing it.
I think the issue that a lot of them have is that their channel or their subscribers are used to a certain kind of content, and I think it might be due to the subscribers not necessarily wanting to see someone sit and create for that amount. Obviously, you can speed it all up and things like that, but for example, like if you go to, I don't know, Dr. Disrespect, you know that when you watch his stream, he's going to be playing certain video games. It's going to be fast paced. There's going to be a lot of chat in behind it, and I think a lot of channels are driven by their subscribe base.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I've messaged Angry Joe loads and loads of times and said, look, like the three of them, in fact the four of them that do the channel there, like I know that they've played it and they love it, but they haven't done anything with it in terms of content. And they could produce something funny and put a video out on it. But yeah, I think we need big streamers to take it up and actually start using it properly. Or people like yourself, as you're growing, the dreams itself will grow. And that's how you do it. It's organic growth from the game, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, I'm not a good example because my channel's small, but there are other people's channels are doing a lot better than me. So, yeah, maybe.
I think you've done quite well.
Yeah, there's thousands of viewers and subscribers. So.
It's all right. It's all right, but it's that in compared to somebody like Project Genesis or Elka Gaming or who's the other one? Saku's Mind. They're doing a lot better. They got a lot more traction than me for some reason. So they're
Project
the ones
Genesis is doing really well. I really enjoy some of the stuff that he does on his. And I think a lot of the time it's a mixture of, because he puts out a lot of videos that are just sort of a minute and 30, maybe 2 minutes long, which is literally just a dream that he's found and he's just played it a little bit, and then just put it on his channel. And I think that's great because people are following him. They'll look at it, they'll look at the dream, they'll see exactly what it is, and it's done. And also when he plays through stuff, he's massively enthusiastic about dreams, which I think is probably the biggest selling point. But again, his channel, your channel, everyone else's channel is going to organically grow from this game, the same as everybody else's channel did. The same as people who streamed PUBG have now got, millions of followers. But that doesn't happen overnight. And this has got more legs than any of that stuff, I think. So,
I'd love to do some live streams and stuff, but I just don't have the time to do that.
I did one for Oldology the other day, but I had a few beers. I did a Twitch live stream. I'd had a few beers, and someone joined in the chat. I was trying to put stuff together, but I was starting to see double, so I ended the stream. Maybe I shouldn't go onto Twitch when I've had a few beers.
But no, probably.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but my argument is that's probably when I'm at my funniest. So I don't know, but yeah, we probably should. I mean, a lot of people are doing it now. Maybe we should, when we're creating, we just flick on Twitch and see if there's any traction. I don't know.
Maybe we should do a Drunken Dreams stream. We'll all get pissed up, and then
awesome.
and then
and then critique everyone's creations.
Well, that's the trouble. You see, that's the trouble with alcohol, isn't it? You tend to tell the truth, and people don't want to know that. They don't want to hear about their creations when you've had a few to drink. Normally at this part of the interview, I ask them what their favourite dreams are. And time was getting on and we ran out of time. So I've asked them to tweet me their favourite games. And they actually came back with not just their favourite games in dreams, but also their favourite games outside of dreams. So I enjoy a couple of these trailers and some clips of their favourite creations. Shall we do the quickfire round? Let's do the quickfire round to finish it off. Right. So who wants to go first? I've got 10 quickfire questions. So I'll do 5 each.
I'll go first then.
I say 5 each. I've got 4 here. Oh, hang on a minute. I've got 4 each. I've got 8. I can't even count. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. So who wants to go first?
I'll go first. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Quickfire round.
So the idea is it's a quickfire round to answer the question, but you can say why after. So it could take a while, but it just.
Okay. But it's possible for round.
But I want the quick answer. I don't want you to think about it too hard, right?
Okay.
Okay. Are we ready then?
Yeah.
Right. Ready. BBC or ITV?
BBC.
Why?
A lot more factual things on there, I suppose. Documentaries, factual documentaries, I love.
Oh, you're a documentary fan?
I do like documentaries, yes.
What's it? It's David Attenborough stuff.
Some of those sci-fi ones, like, what's his name? I can't remember, the soft-talking guy. Did a series on the planets.
That's not sci-fi. That's
not sci-fi.
That's sci-fi.
Fact.
Sorry. Fiction, science fiction. No, not science fiction. Fiction. Oh my god.
You're talking about
Brian Cox.
Brian Cox. Yeah.
Yes, that's him.
I can't stand the man, but that's not.
No,
that's
me
just,
neither.
That's just my personal thing.
I hate him too.
His voice does get a bit.
Somebody did a comedy sketch with Brian Cox. He's like, "Here I am, standing on a Jamaican beach to talk to you about Mars for no reason other than I wanted to walk on a Jamaican beach." It's like, yeah, that's about right. Anyway, sorry. I can't do these quickfire rounds quickfire. This is my problem. Right, okay, ready? Wires or transmitters?
Transmitters. Because they are less messy.
Yes.
It's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? Because some people say we'll have wires so that you can track things down, and I do still use wires, obviously, but where I can, I like to use transmitters because I think you can still track them down. Because I think if you click on one, doesn't the other one flash?
They do. They flash. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's affected? It flashes and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. So you can still track them.
I'm falling in love with transmitters the more I use them, but when I first started using them and I couldn't get them to work, I hated them with a vengeance. So
yeah, they're tricky, I suppose, to start with.
Yeah, it was like, why aren't they working?
Mm.
Anyway, right, Francis or Foxy?
Oh God, Francis.
Is that who you played as when you did Art Stream, or have you not played it?
I think it was, yeah. Yeah, because the hammer's really cool.
Okay, esports or real sports?
Esports. Although I do like. I mean, I'm not into sports much, but I do like the World Cup, Football World Cup, and Euro games. I really like, watching them in the pub or whatever. That's a really good atmosphere. But other than that, then I'd say esports. Yeah.
Anyone in particular?
Rocket League.
Ah.
Yeah, I like Rocket League.
Fantastic. Right.
I wish I could enter the tournaments, but I'm not that good.
We entered a tournament once, didn't we, Frank?
We did, yeah. I think we
did you?
Yeah, we got to. We won one, didn't we? Lost two or something like that. So we get past the first round.
Yeah, but it's experience, isn't it?
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, fantastic. Right. Okay. So swap then. Ready?
Okay.
Right. Okay. Yep. FPS or platformer?
FPS. Because I find platformers fairly boring, and I like the chaos. I like the fast moving stuff.
What if you combined an FPS with a platformer?
Like Mirror's Edge, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
yeah, that would be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool.
Right, fish and chips or curry and rice?
Curry and rice every time. I don't like fish.
You don't like fish?
Seafood in general. No.
Oh
no.
no!
I know it's not very English of me, but but yeah, curry and chips every time. Every time.
Curry and chips.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh, yeah.
No! That's terrible. No, you got to have rice. You got to have really nice pilau rice.
Well, I didn't know rice was an option, so I would have if I had the options, I would have curry and naan actually, as opposed to rice. Curry and garlic naan.
Oh yeah, very nice.
Very nice, yeah.
What sort of curry?
It would have to be a vindaloo or a jalfrezi.
Too hot for me. Yeah, it's well hot. Yeah, no. Jalfrezi is okay.
Nice
vindaloo, no, that's just too much. That's chicken, lamb.
Chicken, always chicken.
Chicken. Right, okay. Right, back to the thing. Dream surfing or dream shaping?
Dream shaping. I go into dream shaping and I create completely irrelevant things and have fun with it and delete them, and don't publish them. I do like to dream surf, but yeah, dream shaping all day long.
Right, would you like one of your games to be on an live stream or an pick? You have to pick one or the other.
Pick, I think.
An pick.
Yeah.
You've had an live stream.
Yeah.
And did you know? Did you know favours?
Yeah.
If they could pick one of your games today, which one would you want it to be?
In its current form, or once we've completed it?
Well, whatever you like.
Once we've completed it, the tower for sure. For me, I don't know what Frank would say.
Is he still there?
Is he there, Frank?
Is he left? He's gone. His part was finished, so he was off. Oh well, there we go.
Sure.
Well, we've spoken for over 2 hours, so thank you ever so much.
Thank you ever so much for having us, Lex.
No
Great.
problem. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed talking to people about dreams because it's nice, isn't it, to be able to talk to somebody about something you really enjoy and they understand what you're talking about.
It's also nice that it's a common interest and it's not political either, which is even better, I think. So yeah, dreams is great. I love speaking to people about dreams. There's not enough people to speak about with dreams, and hopefully more people will pick it up.
Yeah. So if there's anybody out there who thinks they would like to be interviewed, please drop me a line. Let me know. You can drop me a line on Twitter or on the video when this goes out on my channel. Just leave it in the comments saying yes, you think you'd be suitable. You have to have a varied portfolio of things, so I got something to play and something for us to talk about. If you've only just started Dreams and you've only made 2 things, that probably would make it a very quick interview. But if you've got plenty of stuff that's public and you'd like to talk to me about dreams, I'd love to record you and put you on my YouTube channel like I did for my Cadillac Studios. Thank you very much, guys. I really
Thank you,
enjoyed that.
Lex.
Yeah, no, thanks for doing it. It's great.